Well, greetings, my scattered brothers and sisters in the Lord. Trust you know the Lord is with you wherever you find yourself scattered today, and that you know that His presence with you is more than enough for whatever you might face today. I'm actually the one who's scattered today. I am in Michigan and just wanted you to get a little bit of a glimpse of pure Michigan. It's springtime, it is green, it is beautiful. Our psalm today is Psalm number 15. And so let me go ahead and pull that up for you on my phone. O Lord, who shall sojourn in your tent? Who shall dwell on your holy hill? He who walks blamelessly and does what is right and speaks truth in his heart, who does not slander with his tongue and does no evil to his neighbor, nor takes up a reproach against his friend, in whose eyes a vile person is despised, but who honors those who fear the Lord, who swears to his own hurt and does not change, who does not put out his money at interest, and does not take a bribe against the innocent. He who does these things shall never be moved. Now, two things about this psalm. First of all, it starts with a God question. Who may sojourn in your tent? Who may dwell on your holy hill? The tent refers to the tabernacle, where they would meet God, where God would dwell in their midst. The holy hill refers to the temple, the permanent structure. And so the question is a God question. It's a question about God, who may dwell in your presence? Who is fit to walk with you, to be in your holy presence? So the first thing, it's a pretty big God question. God, who may dwell with you? Who is fit for your presence? The answer is surprising. Instead of it being a God answer, it is a people answer. The one who does your neighbor no wrong, the one who loans money without interest, the one who keeps their promise, their vow, even when it hurts, or their oath. And so if we read back through there, what we'd see is that the answer has to do with how we do each other. And so the one who is fit for God's presence is actually the one who is doing right by all those that they live with, by all those who are in their lives. And so it's a God question, but it's a people answer. And then the last thing is the one who does these things, the one who does right by everyone that they live with, the one who does right by each other, they will not be moved. In other words, they won't be moved, they will stand because God is the unmovable one, the unshakable one. And so they will be in the presence of God. God will be with them. And so whatever they face, whatever adversity comes their way, they'll be able to stand because they're in the presence of God. So it's a God question. Lord, who may dwell with you? Who may abide with you? And then it's a people answer. The one who does right by everybody in their life and who keeps their promise even when it's no longer convenient and doesn't slander anybody and helps others in need. The one who does those things, they will not be moved because God is with them. So, kind of a thing to pause over is that sometimes we do go through times where it seems like, God, where are you? And we just have a hard time connecting with God. And what this psalm reminds me to do is when I go through times like that, and it seems like God is somewhat distant or hard to connect with, maybe the issue is my relationships with the people in my life. And so I need to take inventory and to see, okay, is there a relationship that's not really quite right, where I'm holding something against somebody, I haven't worked through something with somebody yet. If there's a relationship where there is an obstacle in that relationship and I haven't worked through that, I haven't released that person, I haven't forgiven, or I haven't reconciled, or whatever it might be, if there's a relationship that's out of whack, that's out of kilter, then that obstacle in that relationship, that's also between me and God. And so if I'm going through a time where it seems like God is distant, one of the things I need to do is take inventory of those relationships. And if there's an obstacle in one of those relationships, that's what I need to be talking to God about. And I need to be asking God, God, give me guidance, give me wisdom, give me humility, give me help to work on that obstacle. And as I begin to do that, I will discover that once again, all of a sudden, God is more present and guiding me and leading me in terms of how to respond. Now, I know there's times where we go through kind of low times that may seem God is distant, and there's nothing wrong with our relationships. So just because God seems distant doesn't mean you have a problem in your other relationships. But when God does seem different or distant, that's a good thing to kind of do, is take inventory of those relationships. So wherever you find yourself scattered today, be fit for the presence of God. And how are you fit for the presence of God? You pray to God, God, help me to do right in every one of my relationships. And as we pray for God's grace to do right in our relationships, we'll discover that God is with us and that we are in His presence. And He will actually give us the grace, the strength to do right in those relationships. So, God bless. Have a God-filled day. Do one another right. God bless.